Blessings, dear kindred spirit. I'd like to spend a few moments on this sacred time with you. Today is a new moon, which in Tantra say Amavasya, the Sanskrit name. And Amavasya means more than just a new moon. It actually signifies the balance between the masculine and feminine, the perfect balance, which we do not much talk about in West that often. We always talk about new moon in association with darkness, which is true. The moon is dark, but there's also the light of the sun, the solar influence. So we have the darkness, the dark feminine of the moon in the perfect balance with the light of the masculine, and they complement each other. Normally we are under the influence of the solar energy that is so intense that we tend to be more in that left part of the brain. We functioning more on that logical, rational mind. But when the moon is new or dark, we have a lessening of the solar influence, and the astral mind, the right brain, is it's more balanced. There's a more connection to the other dimensions beyond the just gross physical. And the new moon is often talked in association with death and rebirth, but it's not a sinister death. It's simply the fact that through that balance we are gaining an entry into more subtle dimensions of reality. We can enter into the space of the womb, where we literally rebirth, shed maybe some old patterning, letting go of what's not needed, and emerge refreshed. The dark moon is that feminine energy in its pure sense. Darkness doesn't mean anything in a negative way. It's simply the opposite side of light. The darkness is receptive. It absorbs the light. So it is that feminine essence in her innate self. So this is a wonderful time for tantric practice, because we have that balance, we have the lessening of that logical, rational mind, we have a more opening into the higher realms of astral worlds and ethereal realms and the divine realms. So it's a really beautiful time for practice. We have this balance that is naturally occurring every month for about 3 days. Today was 0.0. I actually did a video for you this morning that didn't work because things malfunction on a new moon, accidents happen, and so on. For many years I was really struggling with a new moon because nothing would work. And it's because it is the time of being, not time of doing. It's time of truly resting in our essence. So when the new moon comes, I already know. I don't need to look in a calendar, just know, because the energy is so powerful, and it's actually beautiful when you can give yourself to it. So I'm bringing you a little practice tonight or today to help you to transition from that active doing, thinking mind into that softer, intuitive, receptive part of mind, which is also the body, into that intuitive senses dwelling in your body. So this is called the sacred moment, or one of the few sacred moments, which is a part of the greater practice called the sacred flow that I actually teach during my sacred tantric embrace program. And though it's just a one tiny moment, it's still very potent, because the practice itself is very potent. So we are working with the mudras. This is let's actually start with a feeling. So you can close your eyes and feel the energies in your hands, and just visualize the sun in your right hand, beautifully sitting, the warm, projective, masculine, solar energy. And you have the dark moon, the cool, receptive, the absorbent, lack of light, that soothing darkness in it left. Yes? And then we turn the hands into the mudras by turning the thumb and index finger together. You can open your eyes so you can see me with the practice. So we have these mudras, and we're gonna place them, so you can go a little further, in front of the womb or in front of the hara. So in either way, it is the place below the belly button. And we try not to touch the body. We just have placed the mudra. The right goes above the left, and you're resting them away from the body. And then close your eyes and allow the pelvis to soften. Send out that energetic taproot deep into the earth, connecting with the mama, connecting with that grosser, instinctive feminine. And allow from that open, grounded pelvis, the body to extend upwards. Shoulders move slightly back. You're extending the crown to the sky. And just relax, soften everything in your body. Become that dark, receptive, lunar force. And from that space, just start very softly, very slowly, moving the mudras, the right above the left, up towards the heart. Moving so slowly that if someone watched you, they would not know you're moving. And become aware of that deepening of the potency of the space. The slower you move, the greater the potency, the greater the depth of the space you are entering. Reaching beyond the veil, traveling into the dark galactic or cosmic womb. Through the depth of the personality, depth of that ego, to be reborn into your true essence. Refreshing yourself in this dark, primordial love, the place before creation, the place from which all creation comes from. Resting in the heart space. Resting the mudras in front of the heart. Bathing yourself in the dark cocoon of the cosmic womb. Going through the rebirth, letting go of that which does not serve you anymore. No need to think about it, it just happens by the intention of letting go, of surrendering, of being, letting go of all the doing, simply being. And coming into the rebirth, begin to contract the pelvic muscles. For Shakti, the female, it's inside the yoni, around the cervix, or the cervix. For Shiva, the man, it's the perineum. So gently lift and relax, contract and relax. Feel the pulsation of life coming from that place of death and rebirth, bringing you back into life again. The pulsation of the sexual energy that is propelling you back into the body, but not quite the same. You are being reborn, you are being refreshed, revitalized. You have touched upon knowing the depth, knowing the truth of your essence. That is pure love, pure compassion, pure beauty, pure truth, and light. Rest there just for a moment. Feel the bliss permeating you with the contractions of your pelvic muscles. Feel that delicious sexual energy filling you. Knowing this bliss is too your birthright. And then open your eyes and end the hands with Namaste. Remember to be gentle with yourself during Amavasya. This is the time of non-doing. This is the time of being, of enjoying the right brain, that intuitive, instinctual part of yourself. To pursue your artistic qualities, your spiritual qualities, spontaneous movement, nature, and all those wonderful things that refresh your spirit. And remember, if you do have a partner, to enjoy some intense, wonderful, delicious tantric lovemaking. Namaste.